we've got funny news regarding a bunch of people getting hacked. Funny news first, sad and depressing news second and third. But the first one is funny because I watched this video and I laughed really, really hard. I had no idea what was being said, but I laughed very, very hard. So it says, YouTube channels of Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Eminem, and many other A-list celebrities are hacked by a Spanish shitposting account. It's like, so all of these channels have this video uploaded where a guy comes up and what was it playing in the background? Like a bunch of what we were talking about here. So he's playing a guitar, but you notice the guitar is backwards. He's not actually playing it. And it's about a criminal who has been arrested.
Free Paco Sands.
So it says the YouTube channels of Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Eminem, and many other A-list celebrities appear to have been hacked by a Spanish shitposting account. Multiple accounts have had bizarre videos uploaded, one of which is entitled Justin Bieber Free Paco Sands, featuring Will Smith, Chris Rock, Skinny Flex, and I don't know how to pronounce that last one. Las Palas? I don't know. Paco Sands is a Spanish criminal currently in prison for defrauding thousands of people by pretending to have a terminal illness. The video features Sands holding a guitar the wrong way and singing.
So this is him?
That's him.
He doesn't look like he's in jail.
It must have been before he was arrested. So this is...
I don't know how he accomplished this in the first place.
Is his song about Free Paco Sands?
I don't know Spanish.
Freeing himself?
From
this what appears to be residential home?
Yes.
It'd be great to have a Spanish-speaking guest.
If only
Where's Dane?
We need Dane here.
Yeah.
So it says he's holding a guitar the wrong way and singing Spanish overdubbed with some heavy synthesized beats. The reference to Will Smith and Chris Rock in the title may be a way to get clicks following the Slapgate scandal. Somebody else calling it Slapgate. Very good.
Look at this affected account list that they're like, here are all the victims of this
and possibly
crime.
more.
I also
possibly more. Don't say that.
If you look at the way it's framed, it looks like they just like copied something. Like it's like that ugly shade of blue where it's like they should have washed it out white in the text, but it's like I hate that shade. Maybe that might not show on that, but you can see it.
I can see it on this. I always assume it's like it has to do with their marketing colors.
Yeah. So it says nobody's marketing with that color. That color is awful.
Tell the Daily Mail.
I will. So it says Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Harry Styles, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, I always forget like celebrities.
He's gonna
like
be so mad.
That they have that celebrities like that have their own accounts like still up. So Juice WRLD.
Because they still make money and it goes to their state.
So it says the identity. Okay, so the identity is unknown of the Twitter account that started only a month ago, but it already has 7,500 followers. So it says the Sans video was online for almost an hour before being taken off by the various YouTube channels. That's a pretty long time to remain on there.
Yeah, why are they not watching?
Yeah, like you'd think that they're like whoever's like.
What if they couldn't get it down?
He had complete control.
Yeah.
He was the mastermind hacker.
Like if he got in, posted the video, locked them out of the account, they like were like,
we
have to
Andy.
reset our password. Yeah.
We need
YouTube has to like send you a code.
We need Andy up here to like tell us about how the master hacker did this. It says it features a group of young men wearing hoodies with the word speed on the front, dancing outdoors to an adapted version of Hit the Road Jack. The hackers also uploaded a song by Spanish rock duo Estopa to Michael Jackson's YouTube channel with the new title I like kids, but it says I like ki.d.
Oh no.
S. Like this is the definition of shit posting. It says in a comment below one of the videos, a YouTuber simply said, "I always love it when an artist tries something new." The bizarre video seems to be getting deleted by channels after being uploaded, but Twitter users have posted a short clip of the Paco Sands video. So they go down here, and I just imagine the people running these accounts are just like, I'm getting fired. Like, how did they get in? It says, they had this, a guy, like it says, Graham Cluley, a computer expert and security blogger, said it's possible that all these high profile YouTubers are using the same like third party service to manage their social media activity.
Yeah.
If that third party service was hacked, they could provide a way for someone to post videos in the names of the celebrities. So like one major vulnerability led to tons of people getting hacked. And I imagine it says, we ain't dead. So it's got this guy just keeps talking. He says, we ain't dead. Give us suggestions to hack. So this guy's like a super hacker in a movie. I can already picture him at a coffee shop.
But
with
how is he doing
out of
this all
ideas?
like from his prison toilet?
My guess is it's just somebody else who like knows the
It's a
guy
fan.
and wants him freed. Yep. Even with multi-factor.
Is it working?
Yeah.
It's like his teenage son who's good at the internet.
He's got a nephew who's really into
I just want to know
computers.
what Paco did.
He
I-
defrauded people with the store.
Is that
fraud.
it?
That's what they said.
I'll look it up. Let's
Well,
find out.
You know what? Free Paco.
Free for defrauding people by lying about having a terminal illness.
How long is he in prison for?
Could be worse.
He didn't kill anyone. You know, let the guy go.
People have
Googling
gotten
this.
away with a lot worse.
This is true. Well, I would like to know how. Like,
But does that mean that we should let the people who don't get away with it get away with it?
Just Paco.
Just Paco.
we like Paco here. We're
We let you out if you're entertaining enough.
we are Team Paco Sans here. So it says the simple reason is that stealing Kanye's password or sending Justin Bieber a phishing email as far as So it's just I got a huge kick out of this, and it says, are your passwords secure as you think they are? Experts reveal how long it would take a hacker to crack your logins, and say an 8-character code can be guessed in less than an hour. So 2-factor authentication all the way. I feel bad. For Paco Sans, I think they should let him go. And even if they don't,
Free him.
yes. And if it's traumatizing, I also found this thing about Justin Bieber, since he was one of the people that got hacked. I thought this was really interesting. Justin Bieber gives free therapy to my fans and tour crew.
Who had to watch Paco's video? No.
Who it's either because they have to watch Justin 200 days a year and maybe they're just over it,
That
or
would be hard.
that could
Don't you think it'd be weird if your employer was like, you all have to go to therapy?
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I get what he's trying to do, but like, it does come across as a little strange.
Well, it's not he's saying they have to go.
How do
He's-
you know? I give all of them
It
therapy.
says, Justin Bieber is offering free online therapy to his millions of
Oh, wait.
fans.
Can I double back to the
Yeah.
Paco
Oh,
thing? Yeah. Paco Sanchez lied about having 2,000 tumors. And
Okay, anyone who fell for that is the idiot. They're just really, really
he
small
appeared
tumors.
regularly on he's 50, or he was in 2021. He appeared regularly on television and social media between 2010 and 2017, claiming to have nearly 2,000 tumors as a result of Cowden syndrome. Saying
they
he
just-
only had months to live, except this went on for 7 years. He appealed for donations via his webpage, through text, and through even a charity gala. Although he did suffer from the syndrome, all of his tumors were benign and possessed no threat to his life.
So he
didn't
did have
he
2,000
didn't even-
tumors.
He didn't even lie. He
He
just
just said I had months to live for 7
He didn't
years.
lie. He just stretched the
he
truth.
stretched the truth. I mean, months to live, years to live. Who really knows?
Prosecutors say the former security guard collected just under 265,000 euros, $319,000, and that was in 2021, before being arrested in March of 2017 in the eastern Valencia region.
Man.
So
what-
anyways,
what an
that's-
industriously criminal guy. Like that's awful. I mean, the more libertarian side of me is like, you should have done your research and known that this guy wasn't going to die.
In a video
But-
obtained by Spanish media at the time of his arrest, Sands could be seen joking with his girlfriend and family members about the lies he was telling.
Oh, man.
Also, like, he said, I have months to live for 7 years.
Like nobody, like he's like going back on the same talk show like a year later, and they're like
how
I
are
have
you
300 months to live.
they're like checking their notes. Like, didn't he say he only had a few months to live?
But they don't want to turn him down for an interview because what if this is the last
What if it's
time?
the last time? Who knows? All right, we're gonna move on and talk about this was literally gonna be a full segment, and I moved it to this just because it felt weird to do the whole segment on this. That's rapper Gunu Corpse propped up in nightclub on display during funeral. Okay, so this guy, his name was Markel. What is it?
Did they have to
Moreau.
sneak him in?
Markel Moreau. No, this was the funeral home.
They
worked-
embalmed him and then they
The funeral home worked
Propped him
with
up.
the Bliss nightclub, but the funeral home claims, both the funeral home and the nightclub claim, that they didn't know that they were going to do this. Maybe they just thought they were going to have him in a casket at the nightclub. while
Then
they
who
partied.
did know?
Like
Who
only
propped him up?
only the family. I watched the interview with the mom and his sisters, and they're like, this is what he would have wanted. And they, to their credit, they're like, look, we want to be able to grieve in the way that we feel is what we want, and they're annoyed that people are like being mean to them because of how they're being judged. And this isn't without precedent, as I showed you the thing earlier. It's not like it's uncommon. There is the I'll just go over to this article really quick,
Wait,
and then we'll
no, you go.
no, go. I knew this would kind of blow your mind. So basically, he was killed in a robbery gone wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's 24.
He's a rapper.
and he's from the DC area, and they were like, we're gonna have a celebration of his life, quite intense.
That's literally what they
Going to a
said. That's what the mom and the sisters like. Look, he wanted us to celebrate. He didn't want people to be sad. And then you see the people in this video. We're not gonna play it, but they're like, some of them are like cool with it. Other people are like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
That's the correct reaction.
Yes.
I was gonna say anything like so. Do they pregame this funeral and they all show up wasted? And then they're like, "Oh my god, I thought you were dead," and it turns out he is dead.
dude, like imagine like you're like tripping on mushrooms and you come there and this dude is like on stage. Like this is like, it's one of those things. It's just like, I couldn't believe, but I'm also one of those people where I'm like, look, I think it's really freaking weird, but
It's not easy to prop a dead body
Dead
of
weight-
a 6'5" man
yes.
onto a stage like that.
So
There was a team of people doing this.
the audience reaction is
Also, they were setting up, and the club owner was like, "Seems normal." to me."
And then Bliss was just like, we didn't know.
We didn't know. We just watched it happen and thought, "What is happening over there?"
So it says a memorial service for the rapper was held at Bliss's night at the DC nightclub Bliss on Sunday, and it was a real party, a celebration of Gunu's life and love of music. Sounds like a pretty great way for family, friends, and fans to say goodbye. But when they were also given the opportunity to say it to his face, because on stage the shindig there was the young man himself, or should we say, his propped up embalmed corpse wearing a crown, looking on to the hundreds of mourners. I watched the video. It was extremely uncomfortable. It says, think open casket funeral meets weekend at Bernie's.
Do you remember when Logan Paul got in trouble for showing the body of someone who had committed suicide in that forest?
In the forest,
Yeah.
yep.
And then we're all looking at a picture of a dead body at a nightclub.
How has the culture become that much more coarse in how many
That
years
wasn't
has
even
it
that
been?
long ago.
That was
5
a
years?
couple years
Five?
ago. Yeah.
What's happening? I don't.
Because the thing is, he didn't explicitly ask for this to be done. His family just kind of decided that they would do that and said he would want it. He didn't ask for this to happen.
In the interview, they basically said he wanted them to celebrate his life and not
Yeah,
be
that
sad.
could mean
That could
anything.
mean
That does not mean
lively barbecue. Don't-
embalm me and prop me up in a nightclub.
like it says. It says, how is this any different than a wake? This is one of the comments. This is deeply disturbing. The other one says, to each their own. I'm on the they're grieving in whatever way they see fit. I think it's a tad disrespectful, and I wouldn't ever do it. But it's not my job to tell them how to bury their dead. This is just crazy.
His family just all night long walked past his dead body. Does that not seem super weird that they were
It
like,
is
this
super
sounds
weird.
good?
But I do want to say this isn't without precedent. I remembered this that I read a long time ago. It says
Were his eyes open? Sorry, I'm still
I
stuck.
think he
No,
had
they put sunglasses
on.
They look clear to me.
Inside the funeral homes, posing the dead like they're still alive. This is an old article that I remembered reading from like 2018. It says 2 weeks after Renard Matthews was tragically shot and killed in his New Orleans home, the 18-year-old looked exactly like he did in life. And they show these pictures of people who have been propped up, and that's the way that they, in that community, that they are celebrating.
What does in that community mean?
It's just more common.
Taxidermying human beings.
No, what community are you referring to?
The ones that I thought was in New Orleans. I don't know
So
if
they're
that's,
like voodoo?
I don't know if that's what this is. Yeah, it says New Orleans' oldest funeral homes. About why they're drawn to extreme. It's called extreme embalmings. I'm just saying that it's not without precedent. This isn't something that's completely unheard of.
Look, I get it. If you write in your will, when I die, please pose me like I'm sitting at the kitchen table doing the crossword puzzle.
He didn't have a will.
He didn't have a will. Also, like, I think, have you guys, I mean, like, this sounds morbid, but like, have you guys been to an open casket funeral?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
this is like beyond open casket. This is like playing dress up with a dead body.
It said open casket
Yeah.
funeral meets weekend at Bernie's.
They were like holding the microphone up to his face
It was really
in the
like,
video.
it's weird and disturbing, but like I said, I am not one to tell them that they can't do it.
I'm not one to pretend that this isn't weird, though.
It's very weird. It's very
Look,
weird.
I get it. They can do whatever they want. It's just that I can judge them for
They
it.
can, but they shouldn't.
So it says in 2012, extreme embalming funerals hit New Orleans when the family of Lionel Batiste, the drummer, and the framed. So they're just
In
talking about
2012,
yeah.
so recently we
Yes.
got into this thing. This isn't like a cultural normative.
When
thing.
was
No.
when was the Logan Paul thing?
That was 2017.
Okay, so it's like it's like a scale of slowly degrading or devolving what happens after death, kind of. But I just thought this was absolutely shocking for that. And the artist, like I said, I had not heard his music and went through and listened to it. He's actually quite a talented artist, but
it wasn't half bad.
It was not half bad. So
anyone who's talented, we should make them stand in a nightclub after that.
if you guys want to prop me up, I would ask that you at least
what do we do? Put you on rollerblades? It's
yes,
never gonna work.
That's tight. Do that. Yes, do that.
Absolutely not. Brett. I'll marry you with your rollerblades, but I will not prop you up on them after you've been embalmed. I'm sorry, I respect you too much.
Thank you for that.
Also, like, it's hard for me because I'm so cynical not to be like, did his family do this because they knew they would get like weird attention for it?
Yeah,
probably.
That's so weird.
I'm cynical that way. Like, I was like, I wonder if they thought that it would
like our meal ticket, because he was a fairly talented, young rapper. I don't want to say up and coming because I don't know how many people knew about him, but like, we'll have to go out with one big bang and get this viral moment.
Ugh, crazy.
Like, now his sister's gonna release a pop album where he's also in the background. Like,
please don't do that.
When do you return him? Like, do you now take him to Christmas? Like, when is it time to stop moving around his embalmed
I hope
body?
that they've buried him by now.
That would be
somebody get me confirmation on this, because I honestly don't trust it.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on and we're gonna talk about Gwen Stefani's bassist. It's Tony Canal. No Doubt bassist is apparently being harassed by a man who thinks Heath Ledger is alive. He lives the bassist lives in Heath Ledger's old house.
Okay, when you sent me this headline, I was like, why would this bassist know about anything?
Yes. So it says...
Makes much more sense now.
Yeah, so it says, Tony Canal and his family have been harassed for the last several months by a man named George Leonardopoulos. I think I got that right. Yes. He has come to Canal's home multiple times and has even hopped the fence on the property. Leonardopoulos, I'm going to screw that up at least once, has been seen wielding potential weapons, including a knife. The reason for the harassment apparently stems from the fact that Leonardopoulos believes that Heath Ledger is alive and located someplace on the property. The homework,
and specifically the garage,
and that he himself is destined to find and free Heath Ledger.
Must be.
He's asleep, and he's going to wake him up.
Yes,
but why? Why are you charged with this, Leonardopoulos?
It's his
they had
destiny.
a special connection.
It's his destiny.
I don't know.
The home where Canal lives was once owned by Heath Ledger. The Knight's Tale actor sold the home to the No Doubt performer back in 2005. Leonardopoulos claims that he also used to live on the property with Ledger, though it's unclear if there's any truth to that. He has apparently told Canal
in the crawl space because he was just obsessed with
Have you ever seen those stories of like people who put up like cams in their house and like
and
homeless people like live in the house?
Closet.
Yeah,
that is high on my list of nightmares. I don't have a lot of nightmares. That's high on my list.
This is an active fear of mine. I shouldn't say it on the internet because someone's gonna come live in my crawl space. But like,
that is one of those things where I'm like, that's so effed up, but that so could happen if you lived in a house. Like somebody just like comes out and eats your food at night.
So Leonardopoulos,
yes,
is like, I used to hang out with my friend Heath Ledger, and I wasn't there when he died, but I do know that he is still alive.
They never hung out.
He said he was apparently told Canal that he told him that he needs to be led onto the property, specifically into the garage, in order to wake Ledger. Needless to say, the whole story is quite bizarre. The visits to the home by this man, which started in late January, coincided with the anniversary of Ledger's death. April 4 marked Ledger's birthday, in which may be part of the reason these things started when they did. Beyond that, it's unclear what might have caused this to happen now, or why anybody would seemingly be so convinced that Heath Ledger is alive when the unfortunate truth is so clear. Well, I mean, there have been conspiracies.
We didn't bring him to a nightclub, so how do we really know he's dead?
And plus, I mean, who knows? He could be officiating a wedding for Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker. Like our culture does tend to have a fascination with celebrity deaths, whether we're talking Tupac living on an island, Elvis Presley is alive. I don't remember where he was supposed to have gone.
No, I mean, the Heath Ledger death is sad. Like, he had a young daughter, and like,
that's one of the stories I tell here. Like, the only car accident I've ever been in was when I heard that on the radio, and I got bumped by a car, and the guy behind me who bumped me had just heard it too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's like the only time I've ever been in any type of moving car accident. I mean, it was like we were like both off an exit, and he just kind of bumped me as we were coming up.
Because you were both totally distracted by the news of Heath Ledger's death.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So They just talk about Heath Ledger's death hit a lot of people hard because the actor was so young and had such a he was kind of became like a folk hero in a way after he became infamous because of it coincided with his death with the release of The Dark Knight.
Plus he was in A Knight's Tale, which is a classic, and I love it.
And 10 Things I Hate About You, which is an absolute classic. You're
I've watched it. Okay, yeah.
That's very. But
have you watched A Knight's Tale?
No.
I'm so glad.
I highly recommend, my friend.
Okay.
I'm so glad you've seen 10 Things I Hate About You. That is fantastic. That movie
It was a good movie.
It is incredible. So that story kind of blows my mind. It says if it's unclear if the man's
Shakespeare joke there, but I won't.
It's unclear if the man's belief that Heath Ledger is alive is just one man's unfortunate view or part of some larger conspiracy theory. I'm picturing like a crazy QAnon group now coming up with Heath Ledger is alive in the attic theory.
I did look into this, and it is a larger conspiracy theory.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
They have no evidence. They just think there are too many questions, too many weird coincidences.
What did they say?
What's
the
an example of a
coincidences
coincidence? Yeah.
They didn't come up with any.
Oh,
Some non-specified coincidences.
Yeah.
Very, very well thought out.
They just think it was a hoax.
You know what this article is really lacking to me?
What?
Some background around Leonardopoulos here.
Did
anyone pull his arrest records? Do we have any further
That's
information?
your job.
That would be your job.
I'll write a follow-up for you guys to share with your audience.
That would be incredible. Find. I need to know more about, and with a name like Leonardopoulos, that's a fantastic name.
Who says that
can't
he's
miss
been
him.
living in this area for a while? That, and he said multiple contacts with police, and we don't have any anyone who could just pull an LA County police record. Cinema Blend. What are we doing here?
Well, they do talk about how these are stalkers cases are so common among celebrities having to move because of stalkers that just never get kept. They don't.
To be fair, this guy doesn't like the guys who live there.
he's like I don't give a crap about you. He's like I didn't even like No Doubt, and I think Gwen Stefani was a poser, but I love Heath Ledger, and I need
you suck at bass.
And he's like you're worse than Pete Wentz.
Like, look, I don't want you to be here either.
Yeah.
I'm not stalking you. It's the opposite of that.
I'm literally trying to stalk around you.
I would like to stalk into your garage and see if
Maybe part of me is thinking they should just let him in and have his look-sees and just take a thorough search of the house, and he'll be sure that he's not there.
Until the guy goes you moved him, and then and then tries to hurt Tony Canal.
Yeah.
The thing is, that's why I would like to see some background. Leonardopoulos, who's been hospitalized 3 times for paranoid schizophrenia.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make light of it, but more context on who is. Instead, they're it's Heath Ledger's
It's such a
conspiracy
specific delusion.
I'm picturing all of this while the song "Don't Speak" by No Doubt plays in the background.
Also, they're oh well, his birthday was recently, so that's why that might be happening. But they've lived there for years.
The guy's got an alarm on his phone or a note on his I'm
gonna wait 10 years and
Heath
then
Ledger's,
I'm gonna go check up on my friend Heath.
No, he really is friends with him, and he's friends with him on Facebook, and now he gets the notification that it was his birthday, and then goes out.
All right, it's time.
Dang, that is.
He told me
it's been long enough.
I can't tell if this is funny or morbid or both.
Also,
both.
when he's I need to wake him. Does he actually mean I need to have a seance in your garage so I can summon him from the depths? Where is this going?
Maybe they converted the house into part of the garage and the garage into part of the house.
I really don't I really am opposed to how little information we have on the main subject of the story. Leonardopoulos.
We find out
he knows what's going on.
It's
we've talked to the police. Have talked to him many times, but we don't really know what's going on. That's a line in this article. We're not really sure what's at the core of this. Dude, maybe Google this guy.
Not knowing it makes it more more entertaining to me, but all in a very depressing way. At least he didn't hurt the guy who lives there.
For now,
well, that's what I'm saying. The guy's clearly got issues that need to be dealt with.
But what are the issues, and have they been confronted before? Is he now also going to go to someone else's house and be like, I couldn't wake Heath up, so I've got to wake up other dead celebrity?
Anything could happen.
I also lived in this house, and
yes.
I need to wake up. I can't even think of a celebrity that's died other than Ruth Bader Ginsburg, which is really not.
It's not really a celebrity. Yeah, it's not really a celebrity. So, thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.